Greetings from Mark Overson. Hope you're doing well. And if you were given this DVD by a friend or family or an acquaintance, or a travel professional handed it to you at an airport or at a resort, or maybe you ordered this online and it showed up in the mail, or perhaps you got an instant download online, however you're watching right now, the purpose of this video is to show you how I answered one of my friends who had a question. He just said, "Mark, how do you do it?" In other words, I want to show you today how I routinely stay at Wyndham's and Marriott's, RCI timeshare properties, and instead of some of my friends who have spent $35,000 to $40,000 to stay at this place, or there's the reseller market where you can get these, access to these timeshares cheaper. They've paid $10,000 to $15,000 to have a week per year at these resorts, or you go down to Travelocity or Expedia and you pay sometimes $2,000 to $2,500 to stay at these resorts. My family and I consistently take this hidden path, and that's what I want to show you how you can access today. This hidden path, and we stay at the exact same properties for $400, $500, as low as $298. And the purpose of this is I'm just going to show you how that actually works in real life. So this is, I just pulled this up from Facebook, but this is my wife and I, and right here, this little zigzag is in Hawaii on the Nepali coast. Okay, so if you take, and I pulled up Google Maps for us real quick, the Nepali coast, you'll see here, right here. We took that picture right on this coastline, right where this hiking trail ends. That is where we took that picture, and the coastline back there is the Pacific Ocean. Now, here's my point. Just a few minutes away is the Wyndham Valley Highs, which is a timeshare resort. Now, right here, I have a friend who has paid $30,000 to get once every other year access to this resort. Now let's go back to that whole idea of the picture again, because I want you to really zone in and understand how this works, because I'm going to show you how in our membership, the difference of it. So here's the Wyndham Valley High Resorts. Let me draw it for you on the little sketch. Wyndham Valley Highs is right here. My friend paid $30,000 on site when they were at the resort itself to get 1 week for every other year. Now that second arrow in the drawing is the reseller. I'm going to show you in a little 2-minute clip in a second how every other year again is on sale for $15,000. You get one visit every other year. Now if you went through an Expedia or a Travelocity to stay at this Wyndham Valley High for 1 week, you're going to pay about $2,000, give or take. But the hidden path that we pay was $398. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you inside the actual membership right now and show you exactly what I mean. We are now at the Wyndham Valley High Villas in Princeville, and this is literally a few minutes away from the giant sea turtles that you can swim with. You can run on the beach in the morning. They have one of the top luau's in all of Hawaii, very near this resort here at the Wyndham. But take a look, January 2nd to January 9th, a 2-bedroom unit at the Wyndham Valley Highs, $398. Remember, that's the hidden path, the cheap way through the Global Resorts membership. Now, if you were to go and look at a 2-bedroom unit on a popular timeshare reseller market, so this is not retail, I know a friend who bought this for $30,000, a 2-bedroom, once every other year. Here you see the same exact unit, 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, and this is a float week, which means this could be any week of the year, and it's only even usage, which means this is every other year. If you were to buy this outright, it'd be $15,000 plus maintenance fees for once every other year usage. $15,000 through the reseller market. If you go on to Expedia, the cheapest I could find for the exact same dates, if you take a look, you'll see check-in January 2nd right here, and then check out January 9th. And if you look closely, you'll see I've booked the 2-bedroom right here, 2-bedroom. Average nightly rate is $266 per night. If you book that, and they throw the tax on there of $33 per night, the Expedia special rate price for the exact same unit is $2,097.06. $2,097.06. Compare that against your Global Resorts membership. You have the exact same unit. This is 80-ish% savings. $398 for the exact same unit. Again, it shows that this hidden secret path of our club gives savings 70, 80%. I've seen 90% on many occasions as well. So stay tuned and I'll show you some more examples. So back to my mission to show you really clearly what this DVD cover means. Would you want to stay at that Wyndham and buy on site like my friend did for $30,000 to get 1 week every other year? No. The answer is no. Would you want to buy on the reseller market where I showed you it was up for sale for $15,000 for every other year to the Wyndham Valley High? The answer would be no. Now, would you want to stay with Expedia, where we showed it was about $2,000 for 1 week, which is a one-time use? The answer is no. Or would you want to pay the $398 to have access to this identical property next to the sea turtles, surfing, scuba diving, amazing hiking? That Nepali coast hike is epic. Inside our travel club, you only pay $398. Now, the problem with all of these is usually this fourth path with a travel club costs some money. And I put a warning on here. People who do not see this video that you're watching right now pay up to $10,000 to access the hidden path, and usually it's at a hotel presentation. So in order to get access to a club membership of our caliber, usually costs $10,000 or more, and they would be shocked if they saw what you are about to see. And I'm explaining inside right now how you can get into this significantly under $10,000, but have access to a lifetime of this hidden path. Let me continue. What you are looking at now is, this is my son Isaac, and this is me. And what we are doing is, and this picture is really pixelated, and I apologize for that, but this is at the Grand Mayan in Nuevo Vallarta. How do you say Nuevo Vallarta? Anyway, in Mexico. And in a moment, I'm going to show you the path that usually, to stay at this Grand Mayan, people on site, and again, I keep going back to this diagram because it just, once I saw this and I understood it, it just showed me why this hidden path is so valuable. But people pay up to $40,000 to own there. The reseller market is floating around $10K, and then usually you have to pay about $800 per week that you stay there. And the one-time buyer's use goes up to $1,500 or so to stay there. The fourth path, which is our Global Resorts Network membership, which I'm going to show you in a minute, is as low as $499 to stay there for the week. And before I go into that really quick, I want to just delineate for a minute the difference between timeshare options and vacations just as a whole. So follow this. Regarding vacations, there was a New York Times article called "Vacations Are Good for You, Medically Speaking." And basically what they taught was that in Europe, doctors prescribe vacations, and it's literally built into the law that you have to have 20 days of paid vacations. Other studies have showed that couples, and this is a little, sensitive, or, I want to be, how should I say this? I want to be tactful with this, but couples who go on vacation have sex 40% more often on vacation and report improved romance when they return. More studies show that during vacation, the average person gains an extra hour of sleep per day, and they restore back to their job in better health. Also, studies show that when they return to work after vacation, they're more energized and efficient and more focused, restoring productivity. And before someone leaves on vacation, they're usually more productive at work as well. And the health benefits to travel go on and on and on. In fact, inside this New York Times article, it was reported that men who do not take an annual vacation, a 7-day full vacation away from work, are 32% more likely to die of a heart attack than men who regularly vacation. So when it comes to vacation, it's for lots of people, it's their favorite activity. And I want to just say basically why timeshare. Now, remember, inside our membership, you do not buy a timeshare. You just get access secretly, the cheap way, to the timeshare resorts. But basically, you have about three options when it comes to taking a vacation. The first option, which is, I think the worst of them all, is hotels. Hotels, by and large, are 2 beds, a TV, and usually, I mean, if you spend more than 3 or 4 days in a hotel, you go crazy. There's no kitchen. It is often loud because there's another hotel room right next to you that you can hear. It's stuffier. There's never balconies because of liability issues. Hotels are very just crampy options. And also, they get a little expensive and they get a little annoying. So going on a vacation and staying at a hotel, it's just a more expensive option because you have to go out to eat all 3 meals because there's no kitchens in there, and usually hotels are an option that I would not recommend. Now, you take your timeshare option, I'll get to that next, but the other option would be renting a house, and there are some benefits to renting a house. For instance, you are going to get your kitchen, you are going to get your deck, a lot of times you're going to get a pool, you're going to get a little extra space. Again, the downfall of this is it's pretty expensive. The other downfall compared to staying at a timeshare resort is there's usually, if you rent a house on vacation, you're really detached from the resort energy. And resorts have energy, meaning, they might have a basket weaving class for kids or a scrapbooking thing in the middle of the afternoon, or they might have a mini golf putt-putt competition, or they've got canoe races. Timeshare resorts are very energy focused. It's very community. They want you out. They have volleyball games. It's just a resort energy. Plus, if you have any issues with your unit, you can call and there's immediate staff. If you stay at a home, you're detached from all the electricity of a resort, and you're basically, staff are not at your beck and call. You usually have to call the owner, and then the owner has to hook up the handyman, and the handyman comes over. We've stayed at houses before. Houses are not a great option, and hotels are not a great option, which is why in the USA alone, timeshare, and this picture is getting really bad really fast, but timeshare alone in 2009, and again, we don't have the stats all in for 2010 or 11 yet, but basic in 2009, $6 billion was spent in the timeshare option, people buying timeshare, because it is the perfect combination of all the things with the energy. Plus, you're going to have, if you go back to this original picture, you're going to have the full, there we go. You're going to have your own bedrooms. You're going to have, obviously, bathrooms are included with the bedrooms, but you have the living room, the dining room, there's kitchen, there's usually a deck. But alongside with the timeshare, you also have the resort energies, you have the community, you have the concierge, you have the fast action service. But the problem with timeshare usually is that it's in one of these, most people outside of very unique membership like ours, they're paying that high on-site fee or the reseller fee or the high one-time use online fee. This third path, and I'm going to show you another example with the Mayan Palace right now, this hidden path is the ultimate path to the ultimate vacation lifestyle. Let me show you inside the Mayan Palace real quick. Welcome to the video. What I want you to do is see how you can enjoy top vacations. This Mayan Palace, the Grand Mayan that I'm going to show you right now, if you were to get the timeshare and to buy the thing, they're asking about $32,000 on the reseller market. So if you were to buy it on property, they're probably pushing $40K. Now, of course, if you're a negotiator, you can get that 32 down. And if you were to spend 1 week at the same unit, you would pay about $14.95 if you went direct from the owner. But what I want to do is show you what my grandparents and my mom always taught me to do was to never pay retail, always find the cheapest way. So I'm on the leading travel website right now of resellers. But this really just a moment about this resort. Right here, this is a lazy river. And this is a really fine, opulent resort. There, if you sail out a little bit, they have whale sightings during the proper months. You can go out there and see the whales jabbing around. It's unbelievable. My son and I swam with dolphins nearby. There is a championship golf course on the flip side of this property. The Mayan Palaces are renowned for amazing golf, and the rooms are clean. They're epic. There is a library and cigar bar inside here. The cigar bar is framed within this really cool library with collector books all over the place. It's just a really fancy schmancy place, and that's why people pay $30,000, $40,000 to own and have a membership there. Now, here's what I want you to do, though. I want you to go with me as I just spend a moment. I found the same resort. You'll see right up there, the Grand Mayan in Nuevo Verata. I don't know how to say that. Verata, I don't know. But anyway, I was able to find one that wasn't $30,000, but $9,500. You pay $799 for maintenance fees when you use it. So this appeared to be a cheaper situation than the one I previously showed you. But I want to show you inside Global Resorts, show you the real special sauce. Anyway, before I do that, here's the Grand Mayan. Again, this is on TripAdvisor. This is a great place to find out about resorts and what's the deal. This is a 4-star rating. Again, these are all third-party endorsements of the resort. But I checked Travelocity, and what you'll see is they were not able to get us rooms during the season that I wanted to go, which is the bone-chilling January 7th through 14th. It is prime time to get to Mexico, to get away from the cold, the winter, and chill out in true opulent type place. So Travelocity could not provide me. However, Expedia, the cheapest they were able to get for the one bedroom during those same dates, January 7th, starting at, was $1,562. So it was still cheaper to go direct and rent through the owner, and that was the cheapest thing I could find online. However, now enter Global Resorts Network, and what you're going to see is here we are at the Grand Mayan. There's the lazy river again. There's the picture of the hotel. This is one of the longest pools in the world. I don't know how long it is, but I've walked it. It's amazing. It's also right on the beach. It's the best of really all worlds. And what you'll see is January 7th through the 14th, inside our membership, you'll get the one bedroom for $499. $499. You simply click the request button, enter your information. You can pay with Visa, MasterCard, or PayPal, and you will be inside one of the best resorts, the Mayan Palace, and have truly an epic escape from winter for $499. The cheapest I could find around was, if you owned it, you were going to pay $9,500 plus having to pay the $800 when you use the place, or you could cough up the $30,000 to own the place, and then you're still going to have maintenance fees on top of that. And if you ordered direct from the owner, you're going to hit the $1,400 or so. Travelocity's $1,500 or so. But with Global Resorts, you are paying the unbelievable, and I'm not even hyping it. I mean, I just showed you the third-party cheapest alternatives, $499 to stay at a 4-star great property, and that's why our members save 65% on true luxury. Mark Oberson, thanks for letting me share. Make sure you get your membership today. So as you see, the Grand Mayan is a wonderful place, and if you bought it on site, you're looking at the $40,000. If you bought it in the reseller market, you were looking at $9,500 plus $799 each time you used it for the week. The one-time use is $1,500 at the cheapest, or with Global Resorts, $499. Now again, the problem, and I use the word problem lightly here, but some of the best vacations in our life are going to be on these vacations. The barrier in the past for people is the expense of it all. Even to get access to this club, people pay for this membership, people have paid up to $10,000 to get access to these discounted prices. But I have more to show you and reveal to you how you can get started with Global Resorts Network at a fraction of the cost that other people pay. Let me show you just one more thing about GRN. So Global Resorts Network is a destination club, and we're not the only destination club in the world. I want to show you Ultimate Escapes. What you're looking at right now is called Ultimate Escapes Luxury Destination Club. And now I'm going to admit that their caliber of properties are higher than ours on average. But I want to also show you what the cost is and show you that with Global Resorts Network, you can actually compete at some level with a blue chip Ultimate Escapes type situation, which of course is a copyright, and we are not Ultimate Escapes, so I don't want to confuse anybody here, but I do want to compare. The resident features, just as an important thing, the average value is about $1 million in their premier club. The average size is about 2,000 square feet with 2 to 3 bedrooms, and I want you to understand something here. The membership fees start at $70,000. That's for 14 days. That's 2 weeks a year. And the annual dues on top of the $70,000 to get into the club are $8,000 per year. Okay, now what you're about to see is one of our members who on their own free will went to a really epic resort in Global Resorts in Florida, and the average cost you're going to see of their residence was a little bit over $1 million. The size of their residence is actually 1,800 square feet, so it wasn't quite 2,000. But what you're going to see is they didn't pay $70,000 to get into Global Resorts, and they didn't have to pay $8,000 for the membership, or $8,000 annual either. I got to take you inside and let you see the actual residence they stayed at and let you know that within Global Resorts, you're not going to pay the $70,000 to get access to $1 million properties, so you can again pay $8,000 when you vacation there annually. What you're going to see right now is $1 million property that's just about 2,000 square feet, and wait until you see what people inside Global Resorts paid for this vacation. Take a look at my friend Joey and Megan.
Hey guys, I just want to take you through the suite we've been staying in for the past week. We are in Southwest Florida and the weather has been lovely. This is our dining area. Wonderful table, living area. We got a nice big TV, a door out to the porch. Got fans in case it gets too hot, and we also have central air in here. This is our master bedroom. We have a big king-size bed, TV in here as well. We have a beautiful view out the window and also a door that goes right out to our deck. This is our dressing area.